Hi, this is Trepacer. Welcome to Trepacer Saturday Reviews. As promised in my in-bed vlog I did this morning, I did see two movies today. I saw Man from U.N.C.L.E. and I saw Straight Outta Compton. So I'm going to talk about The Man from U.N.C.L.E. first. Okay, that movie was directed by Guy Ritchie, written and directed by Guy Ritchie, and basically it's based on a TV series that came out in the 60s, and the movie takes place in the 60s, and it's about CIA agent Napoleon Solo, played by Henry Cavill, and KGB operative Kuryankin, I think I pronounced that right, played by Armie Hammer in this movie. And basically they have to team up, and actually in the beginning of the movie they show them, actually, like you see in the trailer, you see Solo actually rescuing a woman named Gabby, played by Lisa Van de Kenda, I think that's her name, how you pronounce it, excuse me if I butcher her name. And that's what you see in the trailer. For those who've seen the trailer, he kind of gets the best of Armie Hammer's character, and then you see them meeting up again. Solo's meeting his handler, played by Jared Harris, who plays Sanders, and he's basically you get a little backstory about how Solo became to work for the CIA. He's actually he was in the war, and after the war he stayed in Europe, and he was very big in the black market. And the CIA busted him, and they offered him to basically work for them because he had all these connections, and he was very good at being in the black market. So they made him an agent, and so he's probably one of their most effective agents. Okay, and so like you see in the trailer again, they get forced to team up because this criminal organization is developing nuclear weapons, and they plan to sell them. Okay, and so they reluctantly, of course, have to team up. And basically, Solo's plan, the plan is for Solo, Henry Cavill's character, to get close to the woman who's, they feel is in charge of, selling these nuclear devices. Her name is Victoria, and she's played by Elizabeth Debicka. I think that's her name. And she's married to Alexander, played by Luca Calvana. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Anyway, this movie is directed by Guy Ritchie, who's done the Lock, Stock, and Barrel movies, and he's done the Sherlock Holmes movies, which are entertaining movies. And this movie got a lot of bad reviews I saw in the paper yesterday. So I was kind of hesitant when I went to see it today, just to see Hugh Grant is in this movie as well. I don't know if I mentioned that, he plays a really. Anyway, I was kind of hesitant, because they got a lot of bad reviews. Although, like I said, the trailers entertained me, and even the Comic-Con trailer I saw entertained me as well. And I saw this movie, and I thought this movie was a decent movie. I mean, is it the perfect movie? No. Does it have its flaws? Yes. But it was fun and entertaining. There was a lot of moments when I absolutely cracked up watching this movie, and it's the comedy that they were going for in this movie absolutely resonated with me, and it made it fun. And I thought Henry Cavill was having a ball playing Napoleon Solo, playing this sophisticated sort of Remington Steele-like type of agent. But I guess that's the best way to describe his character. And Armie Hammer, of course, is this this stereotypical, stiff Russian guy who's who's all business and stuff and very rarely jokes. And who I really liked in this movie, of course, is Alexander Vakanda, who plays Gabby, who her part is that after they rescue her, they basically rescue her from East Berlin so she can help them. Her father is involved with their nuclear weapons thing, and I don't want to spoil too much of it but that's the reason they kind of rescue her, and they recruit her to be part of the plot to get close to the woman that's getting ready to sell these nuclear weapons that they want to stop. Okay, and she was hilarious to me. She was funny, especially that scene that you see in the trailer where she's she gets a little drunk and then she starts dancing by herself, and then she kind of makes him dance, and then she starts slapping him around, and then she does the whole wrestle thing, and she's quite charming to me. Okay, now Elizabeth Debicka, who plays Victoria, the woman who's I guess the big bad in this movie, I think her part was kind of underwritten because she didn't quite get the motive, I think, for me exactly of why she wanted to start selling, besides I guess being evil, why she wanted to sell the nuclear weapons. I didn't I think her part was kind of underwritten. Okay, so I she as a big bad, she was just okay. I think her part could have been, I think her part was underwritten. Okay, but other than that, I thought Henry Cavill and Armie Hammer work well together off each other, and I thought they balanced each other quite well and stuff. And like I said, this movie had its fun moments, and there was quite a few moments in this movie where I was laughing my ass off just because it was a fun movie, you know, typical type of spy type of movie and stuff. And I found it entertaining, and I wouldn't mind seeing a sequel to this movie at all. I thought it was entertaining and fun, and I thought the actors did a real good job. Like I said, I was expecting it to be actually worse because it got some horrible reviews in the Daily News and the New York Post that I read yesterday, and I said, "Oh my God, they're killing this movie." So I thought it was going to be awful, but it wasn't. I was quite entertained by it, and it made me laugh, and I enjoyed it. So I'm going to give it The Man from U.N.C.L.E. I'm going to give it a 7.5. I thought it was good. I thought it was really, really good. It was entertaining to me. It made me laugh in spots, and like I said, the villain I was not crazy about. And it wasn't the actress's fault. I just think her part was underwritten. But I thought everybody else was decent. Even Hugh Grant has his moments in there, and his part is kind of more like a cameo role. He doesn't have that much to do in it, but I thought he was really funny in the parts that he was in. Okay, but I thought, like I said, Henry Cavill and Armie Hammer and Lisa did a really good job. I liked them. I wouldn't mind seeing them again. One other thing, again, 7.5 for that. I know a lot of people are talking about maybe making Henry Cavill James Bond. I guess when I forgot his name. Jeez, I forget his name. The guy who plays James Bond now, I can't remember his name. But when I guess he hangs it up, that that he can be, that Henry Cavill can take over. The thing is, I liked Henry Cavill in this part as Napoleon Solo. I thought he was great, like in this Remington Steele type of way. But I don't think he'd be great as James Bond. Not because he can't act, just because maybe it's because Daniel Craig, now I remember his name, but Daniel Craig, to me, makes James Bond, and what I like about his character as James Bond, or the way he plays him in any event, is that James Bond, sure, he's a ladies' man and all that other stuff, but you also get the feeling with Daniel Craig's James Bond that he'll kill you in a minute and have no problem with it and drink a martini after it. I get that sense of menace with Daniel Craig. I don't get that vibe from Henry Cavill, at least in his portrayal of Napoleon Solo. I don't get that you worry about him killing you in a minute if you say the wrong thing to him. I think I get that vibe from Daniel Craig. That's why I don't think Henry Cavill would be a great James Bond. Okay, this is my opinion about that. But anyway, 7.5. Man from U.N.C.L.E. I thought was entertaining. Guy Ritchie, I think, did a good job with this era, and I'm glad they left it in the 60s. Okay, that made the movie for me and made it more authentic to me, rather than trying to move it up to modern times. I think it was really good, and the Cold War setting made things good. It made the movie click in my head. Anyway, on to the next movie, Straight Outta Compton. Now, this is the movie, of course, about the rap group in 1987 who was formed. Ice Cube, Eazy-E, Dr. Dre, DJ Hella, MC Ren, and how they formed, and about living in Compton, and how they came together with their music, and how it was controversial, and how the police was against them, critics were against them, and everything else. And it's basically telling the story from the beginning, all the ups and downs, and all the success, all the individual battles and stuff. And I really, really enjoyed this movie. I think this is one of the better movies that came out this year. It really surprised me how good it was. I mean, it really, really kept me. This movie's about 2 hours and 20-something minutes, and it kept my interest all the way through. I thought this movie was well acted, well written, and well performed. I just thought this movie was really, really good. It's a really good, biography about this group, N.W.A, and all the stuff they had to go through growing up, and what they had to face with all the people against them, and all the stuff they had to overcome, and all the internal battles, and all the different people they had to fight against. And you have to give credit to the director, and like I said, and the writers, and also the actors that they cast in this movie. Like, first of all, the guy who played Ice Cube, of course, is Ice Cube's son, O'Shea Jackson Jr. I thought he was great as Dr. Dre. He really reminded you of of Ice Cube. He really, it was his son, obviously, but so he looks like him, and he actually, sounds like him, of course, and perform. I'm sure his father coached him on how to play the part and stuff, and you've seen it, and he did a really, really good job. And like I said, if you know the history of the N.W.A, and you know how Ice Cube was the first really to kind of stand out and and how he separated from the group and stuff. And he really, Osage Jackson Jr. I thought did a great job. I assume this is his first major role, but he did. I thought he did an outstanding job. And then you had Jason Mitchell, who I think his part was the most complex. He played Eazy-E, okay, who was of course one of the founders of N.W.A. And how he, his thing was more. His part was complex because he, he started it, and they had the conflict with him and all the against the other members of the N.W.A. and stuff. And his part was more nuanced, and he had to, I guess, show more acting skill. And I thought Jason Mitchell did a really good job as Eazy-E. I thought he was outstanding. And then of course you have Corey Hawkins, who plays Dr. Dre. I thought he was good as well. Like I said, I thought all the performances by the actors in this movie was well cast and well done. Like I said, I know Aldous Hodge, who played MC Ren. I know him from Leverage and stuff and other TV shows and stuff, so I know he's a good actor. And his part was kind of underwritten, I guess, in MC. But I guess in N.W.A. history, you can't really, Dre and Eazy-E and Ice Cube were the ones to stand out, so MC Ren kind of got short shift. But, I still thought Aldous Hodge did a good job with what he had. And I just thought, of course, you have to bring up Paul Giamatti, who played Jerry Heller, the manager of N.W.A. And of course, Paul Giamatti's just a good actor. And anything he does, he's good in it. And he was equally as good as Mrs. the manager, who was, there was a lot of conflict and controversy between him and some of the members of N.W.A. And they were brutally honest in this movie. And I like that about this movie. They were brutally honest. They didn't sugarcoat a lot of things. I know some things they left out, and I know about people talking about how they left out how Dr. Dre, he had that history. I remember that because I remember reading about it when he was interviewing that lady from Rolling Stone. I forgot the lady's name. Excuse me for not remembering her name. And he threw her down the steps and stuff. And I remember that because I remember that was very controversial at the time. They left that out of this, and which I mean, if you're going to show everything, you might as well show everything. I don't know why they cut that out. But although they did say that the first cut of this movie was like 3 hours and something, so maybe that part was in there and they cut it out for time. So I don't know, but I think for the most part they showed you all the stuff that they grew up with and what they had to go through at the time. You had the Rodney King, you had the riots, all that stuff going on against the backdrop of this music and them trying to make a statement. And there were great moments when people were questioning their music and the type of lyrics they produce. And I love their rebuttals in the movie. It was just a well done movie, well written and well acted and well directed. And I thought this was one of the better, I guess, group biographies I've ever seen. I thought it was really, really well done and really well acted. One of the best movies. Like I said, it was 2 hours and 27 minutes, but I was never bored. I was never looking at the clock saying, when is this going to end? Okay, no, this was fantastic, and I really, really can highly recommend this. I thought this was one of the best movies of the year. So I'm going to give Straight Outta Compton an 8.5. I thought this movie was fantastic. I definitely recommend it. You don't have to be black to appreciate this or to be entertained by this movie. I mean, they show you warts and all, for the most part, and you see everything, how it went. And I thought it was really, really well done. And the music, of course, just makes the movie even more special. And I just can't recommend this movie more. It's just a fantastic movie, and definitely go see it. I think this movie should get nominated for Best Picture. I think that's how highly I think of it. I thought it was very well done, and just go see it. I mean, trust me. Like I said, you don't have to be black to appreciate this music or to be entertained by this movie. I thought this movie was fantastic, one of the best I've seen this year, and hands down, one of the best. So anyway. So Straight Outta Compton, 8.5. I highly recommend it. Please go see it. I think it's going to be the #1 movie this weekend. And Man from U.N.C.L.E, Guy Ritchie film, starring Henry Cavill and Armie Hammer, I thought was really good. A lot better than I thought it was going to be. Because like I said, I read a lot of negative reviews yesterday in the paper, so kind of lowered my expectations of it, even though I did want to see it. And it lived up to it. Like I said, I laughed a lot through the Man from U.N.C.L e. I thought it was good. It had good action in it, and I liked the chemistry between the actors as well. And it was entertaining to me, and I wouldn't mind seeing a sequel. So, again, 7.5 for me for the Man from U.N.C.L e. Okay, it wasn't. They made it seem like the movie was god awful, but no, it wasn't. Okay. So anyway, let me know what you think of those two movies. Have you seen them? What do you think of them? Feel free to leave comments down below. And this is Trepacer saying so long and take care.